Hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Work to Live podcast version. So this time, what I'm going to talk about is a sex list. Not a sex list, but sex lists, which is what I'm going to talk about. So maybe you have many questions, but actually, so let me tell you at least the title, or let me tell you at first the title of this episode. So the title is Lists of Sexual Plays or Sexual Acts. I'm going to tell you again. So lists of sexual plays or sexual acts, which is the topic of this episode. And first of all, so what? Not first of all. Anyway, so this I created. Well, not I created. I'm creating this episode for telling you or for advertising what I created. So as it most if you know not if you know. So if you are frequent listeners, if you know that if you know that not if you know. But maybe you do not, maybe you do not know. So if you are frequent listeners of my podcast, so most of you know that I have a Medium, or I have a Medium account, or I have an account of Medium, and I post some articles into Medium. So not I posted, or I have posted, and sometimes I post articles into Medium, so which is why so not on a regular basis, but actually I have posted some articles into Medium, and I'm thinking of posting more article for Medium. So this time, so what I'm going to advertise is a new article. So what I'm going to talk about is a new article for advertisement of that article. So to start with, so what I'm telling you is a topic about the article I newly created, which is why. So please check out the article to know what I create. To know what I created. Past sentence should have been used for this case. So I created a list of sexual plays and acts, which is what I told you in the beginning of this episode. So please, if you'd like to, so not maybe most of you know some sexual plays like blowjob, hand job, tight job and foot job. So what I'm saying is that I created lists showing those sexual plays or sexual acts, and I added a description to each of those plays, which is what you are going to see if you check out the article I created. I have just created. So anyway, so if you'd like to, if you are interested in sexual plays, or if you'd like to know, for example, if you'd like to know what kind of sexual plays or what kind of sexual acts exist on this world, for example, so if you have such a demand, or if you have such a desire to know that like I have just told you, that if you have some desires, you'd like to know what kind of sexual plays or sexual acts exist, or maybe there are many sexual plays or sexual acts, but how many sexual acts or sexual plays exist on this world. And of course, there are countless amount of sexual plays or sexual acts, or there are many. I think not only many, but also there are enormous or gigantic amount, or there is a large amount of sexual plays or sexual acts on this world, which is what I think. But so this time I picked up some of them, which is how I would like you to understand. So of course, I don't know how many sexual sexual plays or how many sexual acts exist on this world. But actually, so in this on these lists, it's like on these lists or these lists cover major sexual plays or sexual acts. So I'm going to tell you again. So the list I created cover or list major sexual plays or significant sexual acts familiar to you, which is how I'd like you to understand about things about the article I have created this time. So let me tell you. So this is so I'm going to introduce some of the contents to you. But actually, I'd like you to read that article by yourself. So before telling you some of the contents of that article, I'm going to tell you, or I'm going to explain to you how to access to that article. So if you are frequent listeners of my podcast, you do not have to listen this part. You do not have to listen to this part because it's alright. It's alright just to access the description column of this episode. So if you listen to this episode, or if you listen to one of the episodes of my podcast for the first time, if this is the first one in my podcast, so please listen to me. So how to access is that you have to access the description column of this episode. So that, and after coming to the description column of this episode, so you can find a link, or you can find a URL, and which is a link, or which is a URL leading to the article I created this time. Leading to the article I created this time. So I'm going to tell you again. So there's a description column for this episode, and what you have to do is to access that description column, on which there is a link, or if there are some links. So if there are some links, or if there are two or more links, so please read them, and you can find out which link to access. So so there is a link I would like you to access, and you can find out which link to, or which URL to access soon enough, and by clicking which you can access, or you can reach the article I created this time. So next, let me introduce some contents of the article I have created this time. So where to introduce this? So this article shows lists of sexual plays with brief descriptions. I created this list for those who would like to know what kinds of sexual plays exist in this world. The lists are shown down below. So which is the first paragraph of the article I created this time. So, and other stuff too. Maybe. Wait a moment, please. So what matters is that so the features of these lists. I created two lists in an article. So there's a column or there's a paragraph named features of this list. So please read this. And this article has some sections, and the main sections listing sexual plays are the followings. So list 1, which is elementary sexual plays, and list 2, which is sexual plays for masochistic men. And the sexual plays in each list are ordered in the alphabetical order of English language. So there are two lists, and one is elementary sexual plays, which lists fundamental sexual plays or fundamental sexual acts. Most people know, most grown-ups know, and the other list is list 2, sexual plays for masochistic men. So if you are interested in CFMN plays or CFMN related sexual intercourse, please check out this one. So maybe what I have to tell you is maybe this is all. What I have to tell you is all, what I have to tell you is this one, which is all the stuff I have to tell you this time. So because what I'd like you to do is to access that article. What I'd like you to do is to check out that article I have created this time. So finally, this article is created for those who'd like to know, as is written in the beginning of this, what kind of sexual plays exist in the world and the meaning of each of them. This doesn't exclusively target the beginners of sexual intercourse or sexual works or sex works. What's the author of this article, which means I wants is that many people universally read this article to know things about sexual plays and acts, irrespective of the ethnicities, nationalities, and the religions of the readers. So, in conclusion, this is all. So, please check, so what I'd like you to do, what I'd like you to remember, or what I'd like you to memorize this time is that please access to the description column to access to the sex lists, to the sex lists I created this time. So, that's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you.